The news traveled on a dusty wind, settling like ash over Unola. The law, a hard-won shield for girls, was to be revoked. In the village of Lucela, Hawa, whose hands were used to the earth, clenched her fists. "Not on my watch," she whispered, her resolve a silent hot fire. Hawa began her work where the roots ran deepest, in the circle of women, on worn benches beneath the baobab tree. But the whispers of fear were louder than her voice. "This is too big for us, Hawa." She knew she needed her sister's sharper, louder voice, the one that spoke the language of the capital. Hundreds of kilometers away, in the glass towers of the city, Gwen adjusted her tailored jacket. She was arguing a complex land rights case, fluent in the cold, clear language of legislation. When Hawa's frantic call came, Gwen frowned. Protests were messy. She preferred paragraphs over placards. Hawa arrived in the city, the dust of Lucella still clinging to her boots. She found Gwen preparing a brief, surrounded by stacks of paper. "They need to hear the stories, Gwen, not just the law." Gwen sighed. "Stories are emotion, Hawa. We need facts. We need strategy. We need to be smart. We need both." Gwen finally admitted, seeing the raw truth in her sister's eyes. "Your roots, my wings." Hawa smiled, a bright, powerful thing. "Then let us find the others, the women whose voices they try to silence." And that night, their movement was born. They called themselves the Women Who Talk Too Much. They gathered in community halls and busy marketplaces. Hawa brought the quiet, powerful voices from the villages, the testimonies of loss and curtailed dreams. Gwen brought the microphone, ensuring those testimonies echoed in the cold, marble halls of power. The movement swelled. They didn't just talk. They translated pain into power, fear into fury. Gwen published their testimonies as compelling arguments, each story a legal precedent, each tear a moral imperative that could not be ignored. "They call us loud," Gwen declared to a packed legislative hearing. "They call us too much, but when the fate of a child hangs in the balance, silence is the greatest crime." Her words were steel, striking against the stone walls of old tradition. Hawa sat in the back of the chamber, her eyes locked on Gwen. She wasn't holding a placard now, but her sister's gaze. The chamber doors closed. The vote began. The sisters held their breath, their differences forgotten, their purpose a single, beating drum. The gavel struck. Reinstated. A roar of joyous sound broke the silence. The law was back. Hawa and Gwen fell into each other's arms, their victory proof that the most powerful conversation is one where every voice